Welcome, 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 everyone, to Beyond Boardroom Business. Please bring your family and friends and tell them to come and see this episode. You will not be disappointed. I have the energy coach who's going to come on and just give us all kinds of information. I'm telling you, if you know anyone that's suffering from any kind of ailment, anything from a headache to any kind of traumatic situation, you definitely want to be a part of this episode to hear what the Josh Effect has to say to you. So without further ado, let's bring on the Josh Effect. How are you tonight, sir?
I am fantastic. Well, absolutely. How about yourself?
I am feeling fabulous. Thank you for joining the Beyond Boardroom Business. Oh, I messed it up. Beyond Boardroom Business with Coach Stephanie. Yes,
Woohoo.
you just make me nervous. I mean, I just
That
love
happens quite a bit. That is not uncommon.
you. As always. I mean, you're always fun to talk to. But please tell us, who is the Josh Effect?
Well, thank you for having me on, Coach Stephanie. Your platform is truly tremendous. I thank you for taking the time out for thinking about me, knowing all the good work that you've done, and knowing how you help so many people be better. It's quite amazing. I'm just glad to be a part of this fantastical production. The Josh Effect is basically if you meet me, regardless if it's a phone call, a consultation, an energy healing massage, or I just bump into you, you should feel better. The goal of what I does is to help people be better. I'm an energy coach, an energy therapist, and an expert communications consultant. Pain is just negative energy that wants to leave the body. All I do is help it leave regardless of what you're going through. If it's some kind of breast cancer, if it's back challenges, if you have decision making challenges, depression, anxiety, stress, whatever it is, it's just negative stuff that is compounded somewhere in your body that wants to leave. All I do is help it get out.
So, how does that trauma get built inside and how does that happen?
That's a very good question. Trauma is something, believe it or not, is something that you, I repeat, you did not create. More than
Mm,
likely, you observed something, and when you observed it, your body absorbed it. Every
wow.
single thing that you see will have a place and it will store in your body. The challenge is when people forget what they've gone through, the body does not. So now that
Mhm.
emotion becomes trapped. And when that emotion wants to come out, that's when it causes challenges. Real
Mm,
quick, you can be in a relationship, an abusive relationship with a man at 22 years old, right?
okay.
45, you find this brand new guy, awesome, wonderful. He's in the kitchen, he raises his hand to get something out the cupboard, and you flinch. And he says, "What's going on?" Nothing, nothing, nothing. The trauma of what happened to you in that relationship is still stored in your body. So your body is now reacting to it. When your body is triggered from something that has happened in the past, if you remember it or not, it will cause challenges.
Mm, mm, mm. Wow. So, are you saying, I'm asking, are you saying that we don't know until something triggers it for us to
Well,
see?
not always. A lot of people do know, but they can't put two and two together.
Okay.
So you can move on from a situation, but the situation has not moved on from you. You
Mhm.
could see your mother and father always argue and then wonder why you can't have a healthy relationship. You could see your mother and father be gambling their whole lives and wonder why can't you save any money? Because you have absorbed all of this negative behavior that you have seen. So now all that stuff, when it comes to your hand, all you know is to give stuff away because that energy of what you're holding on to is resting in your hand. Breast cancer is mainly resentment that hasn't left the body. But when it
Wow.
gets to be too much, it wants to come out, it causes breast cancer. Fear, blame, shame, guilt, and resentment all rest in the stomach. So if you have any fibroids, any PCOS, any kind of ectopic pregnancies, endometriosis, any kind of PMS challenges, it comes because you're holding negative stuff in that part of your body and that energy cannot flow properly.
Mm, mm, mm. That's deep. I mean, wow. So everyone that has lived in like poor lifestyles, they definitely have been traumatized and they definitely need your assistance. Is that correct?
Well, okay, very good. Almost. The word need is sometimes not a real word because you
Okay.
really don't need anything. It's
Okay.
about what you want. So when people come to see me, I ask them three simple questions. One, are you willing to be better? Two, are you willing to let the pain go? And three, are you willing to let me help you let the pain go? Because you don't have to do it. When you say the words willing, you talk, your ears hear, the cells in your body go in the direction of healing just by you saying the word willing. So when you're willing to feel better, automatically your cells form in a direction to start that process to happen. But when you say you need to do something, you're living in a place of lack. And when you're in need, you will always be in need. It's
Mm,
all about what you want. And when you want, you take your power back because now you're making a decision of getting things that you want to happen for yourself. But you can be in need forever and never have anything. It's all about what you want. But yes, being poor can be very traumatic to the
yeah.
point where the person will do everything in their power to get money so they don't have to be poor. They will
Mhm.
work 60, 80 hours a week. They will do whatever. They will get into uncompromising situations. They will make decisions that are very unhealthy for them, but they don't want to be poor. And they'll keep on saying, so I'm never going to be poor again. I'm never going to be poor again. By saying you're never going to be poor again, you are already poor because the thought process is already constricted to your brain. And now all you're doing is living out that thought.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So what's the youngest age you've worked on?
Very good question. The youngest age I work with is 5 years old.
Wow.
The oldest is 90.
Okay.
So there's some stipulations that have to happen for me to be able to work with you. The
Okay.
brain, and you may know it or may not know it, is built on safety first. It's built
Yes.
on survival. So the brain will trick you into believing things about yourself that may not be true. But if you are a 5 year old person, I expect you to know a few things. One, your colors. Because if you know what your colors are, I can help identify things that are happening in your brain. Two, your numbers. If you know your numbers, we can direct what your thoughts are going to do. I can't
Mhm.
say what's your favorite color and you say, I don't know colors. So now I can't direct your brain on what to do next. And three, if you can read, I can help you because the process we have to get the brain to understand it's okay for us to engage with me because he's connecting on stuff that I already know. But if you don't have these understandings, it's going to be very difficult to work with
Understood. So if a person is experiencing a bad relationship,
you.
should they leave of course they should leave the relationship, but my question is, do they have to wait until they're out of that relationship to seek your assistance, or can they start um, taking care of it while they are in the process of leaving?
These are all very good questions. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
First of all, the word should and need sometimes go together. So when I have a client that tells me, Josh, I want to leave my husband because he cheated on me with 6 different women,
Woo.
what should I do? My question to them is, what do you think you should do? Because what we don't do here at the Josh Effect, we do not tell people what to do because
Nice.
I'm not living your life. The goal is to help you become empowered to make a healthy decision, not a right one, not a wrong one, not a good one or a bad one, because good and bad, right and wrong sometimes doesn't make sense. But if you understand healthy decisions, you will make decisions based off of your health. Now, if you understand that the situation is unhealthy and you continue to go back to that situation, what you're saying is you're not worthy of being better.
Ooh-wee.
But when you say to yourself, it's not healthy, then you'll start making decisions to get out of that situation. But I, Joshua Peltier, do not tell folk what to do, because that man or that woman who you're dealing with is not going to come back to me and say, you told my wife, you told my husband. I did not. But what happens is, at least 90% of my clients, they say this, Josh, once I see it, I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
Once I feel it, I can't unfeel it. So now what happens, they make decisions to leave, to be better, because they know better is possible. And they tell me this all the time. I can't even look at him or her the same way. I don't even like walking into the house. It doesn't even feel right, because now your body is focused on what's healthy. But we have to get the negative stuff out so you can see that for yourself.
Right, right. Now, on average, how many, um, how long does it take to heal?
That's a good question. You got some very good questions. So the healing process is determined on how much effort you're willing to let stuff go.
Wow.
So I do 3 modalities. First, we do talk therapy. The talk therapy allows everything that you're dealing with to come to the surface. As you're talking, your body will start to register what has happened to you. Everything in life is based on pictures. If I ask you, what's your favorite food? You'll automatically think of a picture of what that food is, but that picture and that thought will make you feel a certain way. And then if I say, what's your worst food? The thought of that worst food is, and you'll make a face because your body's reacting to that memory. So the talk therapy allows whatever you're dealing with to come to the surface. So if I say something like, what's the relationship like with your mother? And then it's hard for you to talk. Already, I know you're dealing with neglect, because now that stuff is stored in your throat. Then once we get to the conversation long enough, we put you on the table or the chair and we do energy healing massage so we can pull that stuff out. The process, my longest session has been 13 hours straight.
Ooh.
But I've had multiple sessions. I've had 20-hour sessions, but they were broken up in 5 parts. 9 hours. I mean, it goes by really, really quickly, because you start to regurgitate and realize all that stuff that you have been dealing with, you have not really dealt with. I had a client, we spent 3 hours and 15 minutes, and I said, time is up. And she wanted to stab me in my eye. She gave me the look of, I'm not done yet. I said, I hear you. But she said, no, you don't understand. I'm not done. She said, I've been waiting 46 years to express what I really deal with. I finally get a chance to open up, and you cut me off. I was like, I asked you how many hours you wanted. You said you only wanted 3. I put the time in for 3. There's somebody waiting. I said, I can't. She's already been patient enough. We 15 minutes over. And she was so mad at me. So I tell people up front, because when people start sharing, they don't want to stop. I had a client came on New Year's Eve. She left New Year's Eve. I said, Happy New Year's. It happens more than that.
Wow. You work on the holidays too. How about that?
Oh, man, come on, man. You name it. If you want to get better, I can't let people suffer. I can't, like I had a client who called me and said, Josh, I want to kill myself. And I was supposed to say, okay, well, see me on Monday. Or, okay. No, if you serious, and I said, okay. And I asked her, I said, so what are you going to do? She mapped everything out. She had it all laid out. She had the letter already written and everything. And I said, okay, so you're going to kill yourself? She said, yes. I said, can you do it tomorrow?
Whoa.
Just like that. She said, what is that going to do? I said, well, at least you can come see me. And she came to see me. And she's still alive.
Wow.
So yeah, another thing I do that's very pivotal, what a lot of people don't do, I do not pass judgment. No matter what you're feeling, no matter what emotion you're dealing with, I guarantee you it is valid.
Okay.
If you felt neglected, if you felt misrepresented, if you felt something happen, trust me, it's valid. It may not be accurate and it may not be a fact, but if you feel that, something caused you to feel that in the first place. So let's delve into the reason as to why you feel like that in the first place. But we're not going to poo-poo it just because I think so. If you still having challenges because your goldfish died when you was 5 and you haven't moved on from it, there's a reason behind that.
Wow. It sounds like everyone needs this therapy.
Well, the word need is not a real word because I had a client who said that she needed to lose weight. I said, are you sure? She said, Josh, I weigh 450 pounds. I need to lose weight. I said, you haven't lost it yet. So do you really need to lose it? She was like, well, I want to lose it. I said, now we can work.
I see.
Because everything is a choice. Because she's been in need forever to lose weight and she ain't losing. So the need don't mean nothing. If people want to be better, yes, more than likely I can help them. If people want to live a better life, a healthier life, better relationship, have better job opportunities, sleep better, focus better, get stuff done more, have better relationships with themselves, yes, I probably can help.
All right. So my next question is, I'm over 50 and I've...
What? When?
Oh, well, thank you. I believe that I have really worked on myself and healed myself naturally. And so can a person come to you that believes that they're okay and still find something that is way down hidden somewhere and you can pull it out?
Are you on a scale of 1 to 10? How do you feel?
How do I feel mentally, spiritually, physically?
You name it.
I feel great.
Give me a number.
I would say 9.
Okay.
9.
You want to feel like an 11?
I'm sorry?
Do you want to feel like an 11?
Yes, I do.
So no matter if you at 10, I can help you feel like a 12.
Okay.
The majority of people that tell me they feel a 10 have more challenges than everybody else because they're masking, trying to let you know that they're fine. I just met a lady on Sunday. Oh my God. First, she wanted to grill me and drill me on what she's not dealing with. And then as she started talking, I said, this is all trauma. She said, I know. I said, but to myself, that's not what you told me at first. You was trying to go off on me. Like I didn't know what I was talking about. She said, I'm fine. I don't. I said, whenever they say that, when they are, because they don't want to show you, because there's a lot of shame that people have in having pain. There's a lot of guilt when they don't want to act like they have to have crutches to walk. They are just terrified of letting people know what's going on with them because they don't want people to think what they think about them. But when people say, I'm at a 10, already I know we got some challenges.
I see.
But if you're at a 10, I can help me at 12. So yes, I can definitely help you.
That's really good to know. So can you walk me through what is considered a healthy lifestyle?
That's a very good question. So health, and we don't have enough time to break this all the way down, is not necessarily based on what everybody thinks or says about you. This is really tricky, and this is a mindset that I'm trying to help people understand and shift. When you are basing what you're feeling off what somebody else says, you're in essence living for that person.
Ooh.
A healthy lifestyle is very simple, but sometimes very complicated for people to achieve because they're trying to live to standards what somebody else says. I have people, and I've seen this, a guy who runs marathons and he's a triathlon. He does everything, but his heart was all jammed up. So he may look and appear healthy, but on the inside, he was not doing well. I have had a few clients who've had husbands and boyfriends who helped everybody, and they just dropped dead of a heart attack. And they said, I don't understand. He was at the gym every day. He didn't smoke. He didn't drink. Yeah, but his heart, in essence, was beating for someone else. So he may appear to be healthy, but in reality, he was not. So when you understand health, the wonderful thing about health is, are you living the life that you want to live, that you have created for yourself, not for someone else. Dealing with so many people and who are doing well off in life, have these big old houses, and at least half of them tell me, Josh, I don't even want this much house.
Right.
My husband wants it. My wife wants, I don't want to be here no more. I want to downsize. This is just too much. But they're living it for the expectation of somebody else. They got people who go to the gym 45, 55, and they say they love it. They love it. I say, okay, what else could you do if you couldn't go to the gym? Oh, no, I need the gym. I need it. I said, well, are you trying to look good for yourself or trying to look good for other people? The thing is, a lot of people who work out, believe it or not, are not healthy. They just doing the work, but they taking all kind of protein shakes and eating this and that. That stuff ain't good on your body. That's too much work for the heart. But they appear, and I even had a bodybuilder tell me, she said, we're not healthy. We know we're not healthy. Wow. All the stress that we put on our body, all the strain that goes through the training and the program, and all this is not healthy, but it looks like it. So when somebody is healthy, they are living the life that they want to live. They understand what peace is, and they know how to just be. Yeah. Not do, just be. Because we are human beings, not human doings. You can spend all your life trying to chase all the money, all of the whatever, but are you really healthy? Because your mindset, you're not getting enough sleep. You're saying that sleep is when you die. I have to do this and push this. I understand you have some things that you want, but are you able to just be? And that is the true definition of what health is.
Oh, I love that. I love that answer. So, Josh, do you have any stress?
You know what? I used to.
Okay.
I was married before. Don't think I'm doing that again. What? No matter how many proposals I get, no matter how many people try to convince me, no matter how many mothers try to introduce me to their daughters, I don't think I'm ever doing that again. I used to get stressed over people not being better.
Okay.
It used to bother me that we would have this great session. We would talk it out. They feel energized. They feel the weight's been lifted off. They can see better. They smell all this good stuff. But they go back and do the same thing and fall back into the same trap. That used to bother me. But I figured out it's not about me. The goal is to take my ego out. I'm just a conduit. Let God flow through me. So I used to stress over that. Stress is very, very harmful to the body. Yes. When it gets too much, it can mess with your nervous system really, really bad. It can have the lining in your stomach start to mess up. It just is so painful because stress weakens you. You're putting so much negative energy into where a positive space is supposed to be, and it doesn't dwell. So yes, I used to stress quite a bit because I'm human. We all human. And when I'm running late for sometimes, I be stressing. It's crazy when I'm always running late. It'd be 15 million cars in front of me. And an old lady trying to cross the street with no cane and no glasses and no mask.
Oh my gosh, are you a comedian as well?
I am hilarious. So
you always crack me up.
Always. Yeah. Right. And I tell my clients, if you send somebody to me, they better say I'm hilarious. My client was like, oh, before I sit down, Crystal sent me and she told me to say you're hilarious. I said, have a seat. My one client said, you funny. I said, I don't know if this is going to work. So we might want to reschedule. I was very serious. That bothers me. I got to get over that. When people don't think I'm funny, it don't bother me. You say I'm not attractive. I'm not this. I'm not that. I'm not smart. You say your stuff don't work. That don't bother me. But when you say I'm not funny, we got a conversation.
Now we got issues. Okay.
Or my brother's like you. My father's funny. Like no, Shana, no. You're not. Yeah. Probably something I should work on, but.
So tell us about this new book you have coming out.
Thank you. Oh, goodness gracious. So this book is just an amalgamation of all the things I teach my clients what to do. So the book is called The Other N Word.
Mm.
And the N word, you use it a few times, is the word need. And I talk about in the book need versus want, because you don't really need anything. It's all about what you want. And when you want something, you take your power back. When you need, you're powerless. When the
Mm.
want becomes strong enough, it turns into a desire. It's a desire that empowers you to get what you want, but you never go back to the N word. So,
Wow.
and then it's just a versus. It's healthy versus unhealthy, truth versus fact, fear versus danger. It's just about, I think, 8 chapters on verses, things that people think that are true, but they're really not. And
Mm.
by using these words, they get you jammed up in life. And just by saying, I can't do something, your cells in your body start to shut down.
Right.
Just by saying the word problem instead of challenge, your mind starts to think it's impossible. But when you say challenge, now you're trying to figure out solutions to get to the next space. That's all in the book. I'm putting
Wow.
together an online course with it too, as well as a workbook. But then I help people one on one to understand. And when you see these mindsets shift, they're able to really align what their true goals in life are. But if you're using all of these words, all you're doing is pushing yourself backwards every time you say it, and your body is absorbing all that negative energy.
Wow. So that's wonderful. And when will the book drop? When you launch
It should
it?
be dropping in a week or so. It's going to be an ebook. It's only
Okay.
going to be $25. You can, with all of my stuff, you can use it in every facet of your existence. If you
Wow.
have kids, you can use it. If you have grandkids, if you are working at a certain job, if you want to raise, if you don't know how to talk to your wife, if you're having intimacy challenges, you can use all of it. I did a training in Baltimore for a school, and the guy came back. 3 people came back. I knew it was going to happen. He's like, dude, he said, I did your stuff with my son. I said, how do it work? He said, man, he gave me a hug afterwards. I said, that's just one day.
Mm,
Think
mm,
about if
mm.
we had the full whatever. He said, wow, your stuff is amazing. I said, every single thing that I put together, you can use as soon as you stop talking to me.
Wow. That's beautiful. So, what kind of tip would you like to leave the viewers and the listeners on just
Well, I
how?
want, okay,
Go ahead.
you got something else you want to say?
No, go ahead. Go
Okay,
for it.
good. The goal that I really want people to understand is no matter what your challenge is, you can be better,
Mhm.
regardless. Trust what I'm telling you. If you think it's hard for me to get over a death of a loved one or I'm grieving this, trust me, I know it's tough. I'm not saying that it's not hard and it's difficult, but trust me, you can feel better. I had a client who was in a car accident. She couldn't even turn her head. She got off the table, she was dancing. I said, anything that you're holding on to, if you want to be better, I can help you. But you will have to believe that better is possible. Not that
Yeah.
you can achieve it, but is it even possible? And
Yeah.
if you're willing, then you have the right to be better. Just because you're stuck here today does not mean you're going to be stuck there tomorrow. But if you think that mentally, you'll be stuck there forever by creating an invisible prison that you wrapped around yourself that you will never get out of just by believing that it's not possible. So I just
Wow.
want everybody to understand you have the right to be better.
Wow. So it begins with the mind. That's what it sounds
Everything
like.
begins with the mind.
Yeah.
Every single thing begins with the mind. When you learn how to talk, it's because somebody told you. When you learn how to appreciate because somebody gave you a hug, when you know how to spend money, you see it. All these thoughts, you can't, man, come on, we're not going to do this. People don't understand the power that the brain has, but the body has 3 brains. The brain, the heart, and the stomach are 3 individual brains. When they don't line up, that's challenges because your stomach is always going to be the voice of reason. When people get sick, when they go to people's houses, when people don't feel well, when they go around certain people, stop going around those people. Listen
Mm,
to your stomach.
yeah. Listen to your gut. Yeah. That is so true. Wow. And then you also have a workshop coming up. Can you tell us
I
about
do.
it?
Very good. You are on point like a joint. December
Thank
the
you.
7th in Douglasville. I have a workshop, an energy healing workshop. Normally $150. It's only $35.
Can't beat
Only
that.
$35 for a 2-hour energy healing workshop You get a safe space where you get to share freely and talk about your challenges. And I promise you, somebody else in that space is going to be dealing with the exact same stuff that you're dealing with. The beauty about what I does, I help people understand you are not alone in what you're dealing with. A lot of time people are ashamed to speak about what they're going through because they think they're the only ones. Trust when I tell you that's not true. You can't look at somebody and make up your mind about them. You have to hear their stories. When you hear their stories, you'll see all this trauma come out. You're like, dang, I didn't know they were dealing with that. You had no clue.
Yeah.
You had no clue. I had a client who had 4 abortions from her father.
Wow.
But you would never tell by looking at her.
Wow. How much treatment did that person need to go through? Because
the first time I met her, we spent 7 hours together. Second session was 8 hours. The second one was 6. The second one was 9. The fifth one about 5. But she went to a place where she couldn't get out of bed. Her eyes were the only thing she could move because all that stuff was coming to the surface.
Wow.
Now she's taking trips to Mexico by herself.
Wow. I love it. I love it. And then, like, how much is a session with you?
Okay, so my in-office sessions are $135 an hour. And if you want me to travel to you, it's $155 an hour plus a $40 travel fee. That's only in Georgia and in the Atlanta and the surrounding counties. I go all the way to Virginia. I've done stuff in Nashville, Detroit, Dallas. I'm supposed to be going to Dominican Republic, Panama, Costa Rica. I travel everywhere. If you want to be better, more than likely, I'll get there. I was in Tampa for 5 days with a cancer client. She weighed 93 pounds, soaking wet.
Wow.
Day 5, she weighed 100 pounds.
Whoa.
She had a fibroid that was the size of my fist. It was poking out. You could see it. The next day, the fibroid was gone.
Wow. That is awesome. That is, you genuinely stepped into your calling. How did you know? How did you know that this is what you were supposed to do?
It's crazy. So we don't have no time to break all this down. I'm telling you, I can
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Go ahead.
My ex-girlfriend, I put my hands around her face one time and she started giggling. I said, what is that? She said, don't do that again, but do it again. So I did it again and she started giggling all over again. I said, what's going on? She said, there's this energy that's flowing through my body. It's got me tingling all over.
Wow.
I said, interesting. So then I did some research, took some courses, did some studying, got a certificate in global healing systems. Then I got with the Black yogi and he taught me transcendental meditation. And I paid him this money and I did the meditation and I was so mad. I was like, man, that was 5 minutes. I said, then nothing happened. I said, man, I'm about to cuss him out, go back and get my money back and do whatever. I looked at the clock, an hour and a half had passed.
Yeah, I can believe it.
And he told me, he said, that's what's supposed to happen. When you transcend, you're going to leave. Your body's going to stay, but you're going to leave. And all of the stuff that you're looking for is going to dump into you. So I have a whole meditation called Connect to Source, where I train people how to let go, but connect to whatever higher power they have. It's a beautiful feeling. You'll feel this energy flowing throughout your body. And I can help anybody meditate. It don't take that much work. It don't take no years. It don't take no decades. I did a whole retreat in Virginia with 9 women. And they was like, we can't meditate. I tried, man. I said, okay, just do what I say do. I said, I know that might be difficult for some of y'all, but just but follow what I'm going to tell you. They did exactly what I said do it. 2 of them were crying and other was, oh my God, that was amazing. I said, it's just that easy. All meditation is concentrating on breath, connecting with yourself, and just being present.
Yep.
Not focusing on what you got to do next. Not focusing on tomorrow. Just being in the moment, and then let that energy flow. And I'll guide you the whole thing, and it's amazing.
Yes, that's beautiful. I love to meditate. I mean, I start every day with meditation. I just have.
Beautiful. Yeah, and
Yeah.
even if you can just be still, I got a whole book called the B Book. That's what I'm working on next. And
Okay.
if you can be still, then
Yeah.
you can just be.
Yeah.
They got people who can't stop moving. They always on their phone. They always looking left and right. Kids got this challenge. Also, I got a whole thing with kids I do called communicate, meditate, read to help them
Mm,
understand by being in your space without having to do nothing, you taking all your power back. You can do anything you want. If you can get
man.
a 5-year-old child to sit there and just
Yes.
meditate, what in the
Woo.
world can this child not do?
Oh my gosh, you are so right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, life is not as challenging as it is. It's just that we watch all this TV, we put all this negative stuff into our system. We're not focused on getting our mind mentally better. So we're structuring ourselves to always be negative.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't fall
true.
for none of this foolishness.
Wow, you are just plethora of this information. I would love to talk to you for the rest of the day. But in closing, is there anything else that you would like to leave our listeners?
Yeah, sure. You can contact me. You can call me directly. I can give you my number. Now, if I
Okay.
don't answer, just leave a message because I ain't gonna answer. That's because my phone only recognizes numbers. So 404 484 0433. 404 484 0433. My Instagram is the Josh Effect ATL. The Josh Effect ATL. You can go on there. You can actually sign up and register for the workshop on
Yes.
December the 7th in Douglasville. It's at a really nice facility. And we're only going to accept a certain amount of people. I've done workshops as big as 200 people. This one ain't going to be that. It's going to
Okay.
be really intimate, really personal. So you want to sign up as soon as possible. And if you want to be better, let somebody know. I work with families. I work with
Oh,
organizations, nonprofits, businesses, companies, whatever. I
I
work
love
with
it.
kids. I had a young man, 50 years old. They thought he was going to not graduate and go to the ninth grade. He came to see me. He passed ninth grade, and now he's in ninth grade doing amazing.
Oh, wow. Well, you're amazing, Josh.
Well,
Thank
I'm
you
trying to
for.
be like you. I'm trying to be like you.
Oh, you will. You will. Just give it time. Just give it
Whoa,
time.
how much time you got? I got 30 years.
Thank
Jesus.
you so much for being on this show. I really appreciate you, and I would love for you to come back in a couple of months, and so we can follow up with you and see what else you have going on.
Most
And
definitely. Oh, yeah, it's going to be even more tremendous, sir, than that.
I
That's nice.
know. Well, thank you so much, Josh. The
I
Josh
appreciate
Effect.
you.
All
Thank
right.
you so much.
Thank you. All right, you all. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. The Josh Effect ATL. Make sure you check him out. Sign up for his workshop. Purchase the book. I mean, he left his telephone number. What else is there that you need if you are in pain or if you know anyone else going through any kind of challenges? That's the man. Thank you all for being a part of Beyond Boardroom Business. I'm your host, Coach Stephanie, and I look forward to seeing you all next week, same time on my social media. And it is always uploaded to iHeart, Alexa, Apple Podcasts, etc., etc. Thank you all again. And until the next time, stay patient, stay positive, and stay prosperous. I hope you all have an enjoyable rest of your evening. Thank you.